Kasturi Shankar. Welcome. Did it make you laugh or are you in shock? It made me laugh actually. It made Brinda Adige, she was in shock. Rajinikanth saying, Hema Committee Report. I'm sorry, I don't know anything about it. Great actor, isn't he, Kasturi Shankar?
Yeah, I'm just sad. It's not. I'm not laughing. I'm not shocked. I'm sad. It's the very unfortunate statement from Mr. Rajinikanth. I wish he had. I mean, I understand if an upcoming actor is worried about saying something and therefore keeps the peace. But what is Rajinikanth afraid of? Who is Rajinikanth afraid of? He's the kingpin. He can actually take a stand. One step from Rajinikanth would be a huge leap for gender equality in South Indian cinema, not just Tamil cinema. He is well respected in Telugu, Kannada. He's a pan-Indian legend. One word from him would have gone so far, and all he could say was, I don't know about it. No, of course he knows. I mean, no one's going to believe that he was completely under a rock for the last few days. No, it's so unfortunate. It's just so unfortunate.
So fine. So,
this was the man, Sudha, this was the man who just a few years ago, said he was going to clean up the system. He can't even clean up his own backyard. This is just so unfortunate.
I'm sorry, but Kasturi Shankar, you are one of the few who's agreed to speak out, because most of the people, the reaction was, you got to be kidding, Sudha. I mean, crazy. I'm not going to speak against the superstar, or else my career is just about over. But
we're not speaking against him.
Exactly.
This is a request to him.
Yeah.
Where am I speaking? Where is it to say that he should take a stance? It's not against Rajinikanth. It shows that we acknowledge his power and his popularity, and it's a fervent request.
Yeah,
he has two girl children who are both in the movie industry. Let them speak out.
Yeah. Kasturi, what do you think has made him, kind of deflect the entire issue, for lack of any other word? Because if you see there in the neighborhood, both Mohanlal and Mammootty have said there is no powerhouse, men are not dominating. And here in Tamil Nadu, he says, I haven't even heard of it. Is it to kind of make it disappear, obliterate it, as it were, completely?
No, it's actually worse than that. I'm not going to... what they said in Kerala is a complete denial of the problem. That's one thing. But to completely deny women totally, to say, I don't know about it all, to me, it sounds like it's not worth talking about. And that's why it's so unfortunate. He does not think... Either he thinks it's too hard to handle and he doesn't want to get into controversy, and I don't see why not, because he is the biggest name in the industry. He cannot get into trouble. He's immune from trouble. It's Rajinikanth, for God's sake. If he says something, everybody will have to follow suit and fall in line. They will have to say, oh my God, Rajini sir said this, therefore we need to clean up our act. How could he have asked for political leadership when he cannot even speak up for something? That is so... It's not a gossip, it's a report. It's a government report. It's the government of Kerala report. So there is nothing wrong in speaking about it. Who is he afraid of? Is he afraid of hurting the sentiments of some friends of his or some government? What is it? Why should he not... I'm trying to understand that, Sudha.
Yeah.
I'm trying to understand why
that
a
flummixes
superpower
me.
like Rajinikanth has to say...
Yeah.
I understand when you say women don't want to talk about it. I understand that. Because if women talk about it, their careers go for a toss, their relationships go... At least they think that their relationships will be ruptured. I don't think so.
All right.
I don't think people's relationships are going to be ruptured because they stood up for the truth. But even so, how can you not stand up for the truth?
All right. Brinda
Just,
Adige,
I mean, I don't care. Career, go to hell. We have to stand up for women, for our own children, for the future.
I don't
We
think.
cannot be a
Yeah,
coward.
but I don't think people think like that, Kasturi Shankar, because you're a lawyer turned actor turned television star turned someone who understands politics well. I'm sorry, but everyone doesn't have, you're not multifaceted like you are. Brinda Adige, I want to ask you, like, Kasturi, who's also very well known as an actor in Tamil cinema. I don't know if you, I mean, her television show is really superb, which talks about women's issues. I want to ask you that she raised the question, for God's sake, if Rajinikanth had spoken one word, they would have genuflected, they would have fallen at his feet, for having said. And, do you think there is something deeper behind this, Brinda Adige, than what we can see?
I absolutely believe that there is something deeper. Here we know that Rajnikant doesn't hold any post and position, but by himself he's a superstar. And like Miss Kasturi said, this man's one sentence would have got people at least working to do something and realizing that this is a serious issue, that everybody must have some say in it to make the place and the situation better. But look at Mohanlal. He was the president. Now, as an office bearer of Amma, he could have done so many things. That's what the entire Amma got set up for, to see that, there's no exploitation and that the Malayalam film industry has certain facilities and resources for everybody over there. So if that man did not stand up and say anything and makes these kind of statements, investigations are on, it is not all the time that these things are happening, somewhere something is happening. What are they trying to say? Push it under the carpet?